What's up, everybody? It's your boy Sam B right here with the Tune Up Show. Yes, sir. I'm telling you, I'm back. Back with this format, back with new videos. We're going to have some fun, man. We're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to talk about some things, all right? Now, for everybody that know about what happened yesterday, today is the 23rd of November, 2021. So I'm guessing it happened it happened yesterday. So I just want to put out there, I have not been an avid sports fan or avid sports watcher since the 2020 coronavirus, COVID-19, whatever happened. It just got a little bit too political for me. And, of course, if you see my videos, you're probably saying, Sammy, what are you talking about, man? Like, yo, you all about controversy. You all about politicalness. And I'm like, well, yeah, but, when I want to watch sports, I want to watch sports, okay? I don't want to be told who I need to vote for, all right? Or who needs to be this, or who needs to be that, or who's woke, or, I don't know, Black Lives Matter. And, I did a Black Lives Matter. I did a Black Lives Matter video already. That's my stand on it. It is what it is. And, it is what it is. So we're going to get into this. Not supposedly, LeBron James did a pretty crazy shot on Isaiah Stewart. And I ain't talking about the basketball to the hoop. He took a pretty crazy, flagrant foul shot. And most people, they do a lot of videos on LeBron James. Most of it is to sway him. Most of it is to ingratiate him. Look, if you're a fanboy of these athletes, you really probably should, you probably need your dad. Okay? No man, no male, okay, need to be aspiring or looking up to any kind of leadership from these athletes. Okay? History has shown you that these athletes are not your father figures. Okay? They're not your role models. Okay, these men are here to play a game and get paid. And these men, as good as they are, no, don't get it twisted. As good as these men are at their craft that they're playing, this basketball game, as good as they are, these are high paid employees. All right? These are highly paid employees. So no one should be looking up. No, especially a man. If you're a man, you're a husband, a father, you should not be showing unless you're really into the sport. Okay? And even then, you should not be showing any kind of idolatry to another man, especially if you have sons. All right? There's no reason to hold up any kind of idolatry, to idolize any of these men. They are here for simple entertainment. All right? And judging by Detroit Stadium, it wasn't too many people in the house. So I have reason to believe that I think people are probably getting the message. Okay? It ain't too many people in those stadiums. In these stadiums. And you know what? I don't think it's because of who's vaccinated or who is unvaccinated. I think that people are just over it. But you know what? We're going to watch this. We're going to see exactly what happened, and we're going to analyze it. Let's do this.
And then we saw Zach LaVine light him up, then Giannis, and then Jason Tatum.
Whoa.
And tonight it's their number one guy, Jeremy Grant.
You see that? Rewind it back again. All right, there you go. Now, I tried to I try to freeze it as much as possible. Now, this is Isaiah Stewart, and this is that elbow. Now, look at that. Now, if we can position LeBron James with Isaiah Stewart, right? Now look, here you go again. And it's funny how this is the only image, this is the only view that we are going to get. Unless someone was there. Hell, they probably confiscated everyone's cell phone. Who knows? Well, let me tell you something. This is the best, this is the only image we are going to get. So this is LeBron James, Isaiah Stewart. So these guys are fighting. They're fighting, staying next to each other, trying to get it. There's the elbow. So he did that with his left elbow. He did that with his left elbow. So let's continue.
Light him up, then Giannis, and then Jason.
LeBron James doing a oh shit, nigga. You good? My bad, bro. You caught that elbow. My bad. My bad, man. Yeah, it is gonna be your bad, LeBron. Excuse my language, but this is not the first time LeBron James has gone out of his way to relieve his frustration on another player. All right? But let's do it in context.
Up, then Giannis, and then Jason Tatum. And tonight it's their number one guy, Jeremy Grant. Stewart and LeBron.
Now, before I let this play out, for any man watching this, it doesn't matter whether it's an accident or not. If you get hit to the point, and look, Isaiah Stewart, he's a big dude. All right, it was going to take a lot to take him down, okay? And LeBron knows that. All right? He knows that. But anybody, even if you can't fight, somebody hit you in the mouth, all right? I don't care who you are. We fighting. We fight. Forget about the NBA. Forget about LeBron James, whoever he think he is. He wanted to fight me. That's how it goes. Because, see, that's not only for if Isaiah Stewart would have stood down, stood back, you know, what MLK says, turn the other cheek. And judging by my past video, I'm starting to wonder what he meant by turn the other cheek. But, you know, you got to tune into my documentary to know what I'm talking about. But anyway, back to the video.
Stewart is hot, and everybody's coming out now.
Now this is ridiculous. Yeah, he must have.
Hold on, wait. Yo, Isaiah like, nah, bring him here. Hold up. Where did LeBron go? I gotta, hold up. Where did he go? Okay, here it is. He's right here, acting like he was trying to get to him. LeBron, you don't want no smoke. All right, you don't want no smoke. But let's play it out.
It's hot, and everybody's coming out now.
Now this is ridiculous.
Oh,
yeah, he must have caught it.
Now this is ridiculous. You see, you're the commentators already building up a narrative where he's overreacting. Okay? This is supposedly a 21-year-old male. All right? The veteran on the court is LeBron James. Now, if you go back, he was the antagonizer. He could have walked away from it like he didn't do anything, but then he went back. You know why he went back? Maybe because he saw Jordan. No, that's just his teammate. But even still, he went back because he wanted to still show that he had some kind of manhood.
And everybody's coming out now.
And then he realized, hey, maybe I should get back off. He's a wild man. He's a wild man. He don't lose. He don't lose.
Stewart is hot. And Stewart is hot. Stewart and LeBron. Stewart is hot. And everybody's coming out now.
What the hell?
Now this is ridiculous.
What the hell? All right. Now, he got this cut on his eye. I can see where the mouthpiece came from, but what happened to his eye? Let's go over that.
He's got a lot of blood streaming from the side of the eye. Look, here goes Stewart. Blood streaming from the side of
Yeah, he must have caught an elbow or something, but
oh yeah, he's got a lot of blood streaming from the side of the eye. Look, here goes Stewart.
So my guess is this.
Stewart. Look, here goes Stewart.
LeBron James.
Stewart. Here goes Stewart.
Because he didn't get hit, because he got hit in the mouth, and he got hit in the eye. Hold on. I think LeBron James hit him twice. First with the elbow, and then with the fist. Look at this. If you go back, like I said, it was very fast. Let's watch this again.
And then we saw Zach LaVine light him up.
There you go. Elbow. He hit him twice. Look at this.
And we saw Zach LaVine.
Elbow. See the fist? Here's the fist. The fist is what took him out. Look.
Him up, then Giannis, and then Jason Tatum.
Like I said,
tonight it's their number one guy. And tonight, Jason Tatum, and Giannis.
Let's watch it again. We're gonna move on.
And then we saw Zach LaVine light up.
Elbow.
Zach LaVine.
Elbow.
Light up.
Fist. I wish I could close up on this. Because I think if you see the way he did it, that's intention. And of course, this is all the footage we're going to get, but it looked intentional.
Him up, then Giannis, and then Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
And tonight it's their number one guy, Jeremy.
But that's one video. Let's check it out. Let's see what the LeBron James liberal media has to say. All right, let's see what happens. Let's go to his. I don't know.
When I was growing up, guy got injured. We automatically.
Here we go.
Was this dirty?
Now, this is Shannon Sharp. Now, over the years, Shannon Sharp has been a beloved LeBron James. I mean, I don't know. I mean, this guy. Let's hear it.
Or not dirty?
It was not a dirty play. I understand, Skip. And we talked about it last week, Skip. When I was growing up, guy got injured. We automatically assumed it was a dirty play. Look, and I do this all the time, Skip. And you've heard me say it since I've been on here. Intent only matters to LeBron. Isaiah Stewart still.
Ooh. Now, that's my first time watching this. It's funny how the first word he goes to is intent. That's the first word he goes to, intent. Let's rewind that back.
Was this dirty or not dirty?
It was not a dirty play. I understand, Skip. And we talked about it last week, Skip. When I was growing up, guy got injured. We automatically assumed it was a dirty play. Look, and I do this all the time, Skip. And you've heard me say it since I've been on here. Intent only matters to LeBron. Isaiah Stewart still plays. He still was leaking.
So, which one is it, Shannon? Which one is it? Did he do it with intent, or was it a dirty play? Because, see, for it to be a dirty play, he'd have to have intent. And since you know LeBron so well, right? It had to be intent. Or was it? Because, see, Isaiah Stewart got hit twice. That's the only way he could be bleeding from two different parts of his face. Let's continue.
And so for me, Skip, it looked to me, they're at the free throw line, they're jockeying for position. Isaiah Stewart has his, they're trying to fight for position. And we've all been in this. If you played sports, get your hands off me. And he didn't hit him with his elbow, he back fisted him. So it
was an intent. There's your, you know what? You should fire Shannon. He just snitched on you, LeBron. He just snitched on you. It was intent. When you back fist somebody, that means you know someone is on you and you want them off you. So your intention is to take that person off you. Wouldn't that be a flagrant? Wouldn't that be worth a suspension of, I don't know, maybe the rest of the season? Wouldn't that mean that you have anger issues? Because, see, back in 2016, 2017, LeBron James, he had like this poise, this grace. You know, when he was coming against Trump, you know, he was like a Muhammad Ali, Malcolm X mixed together. But now he gets to back fist people. Let's continue.
It was his fist that caught Isaiah Stewart right in the corner of his eye, and it opened up a wound. Now,
wow, you see what I? You saw that? It opened up a wound. So now they're trying to now believe me when you hear this. Now they're going to try to play. They're going to try to placate to where Isaiah Stewart was already injured in that area. All right? You heard it right there. You heard it right there. I'm going to rewind it back again. I'm going to let it go.
Was this dirty or not dirty?
it was not a dirty play. I understand, Skip. And we talked about it last week, Skip. When I was growing up, guy got injured. We automatically assumed it was a dirty play. Look, and I do this all the time, Skip, and you've heard me say it since I've been on here. Intent only matters to LeBron. Isaiah Stewart still plays. He still was leaking. And so for me, Skip, it looked to me, they're at the free throw line. They're jockeying for position. Isaiah Stewart has his, they're trying to fight for position. And we've all been in this. If you played sports, get your hands off me. And he didn't hit him with his elbow. He back fisted him. So it was his fist that caught Isaiah Stewart right in the corner of his eye, and it opened up a wound. Now, It opened it up, Skip. No denying that. And LeBron should have been ejected. That is a flagrant 2. I tweeted at the time. They're probably going to toss LeBron for this. When you go back, Skip, and you look at it in slow motion, yeah, it looks really, really bad. And LeBron James deserved to be ejected from the ball game for a flagrant 2. But I do not believe LeBron James intentionally hit this man in his face. They're fighting for position.
But you just said we've all been there. See, this is the problem with these liberal media pundits. They tend to, they tend to always put their foot in their mouth. And it's like, you want to ask yourself, is it intentional? Do they mean to do it? No, they just don't care. Like Shannon Sharp has been a person that will, he's in the wrong line of. Look, I don't watch this show. I think this show is a joke. Honestly, it's a joke. It's funny, but it's still a joke. And whatever. We heard his side of things, and a lot of the liberal media, they're going to. I'm not going to make this a big thing because here are your first reactions. This is your first reactions to this thing, as far as Skip and Shannon, and I'm gonna do Stephen A. Smith soon, and I will be giving my commentary as well. Anyone that has watched LeBron James, this man is always emotionally triggered. This is me personally. This is the first time I've seen him actually went all out and really drew blood. Let me tell you something. When you're drawing blood, that's intentional. Okay? But we already know the liberal media is going to make it seem like he just can't control himself.
Happens all the time. And you're trying to get his hands down on the free throw line, trying to get position. He's trying to get your hands down, arms down, trying to gain position. And in the process, LeBron's like, man, get your hands off of me.
No. That is not what we saw on the video. Okay? That is not what we saw on the video. You can act like you just don't know, okay? Or you just don't care to know, but that is not what we saw in the video. We didn't see two men fighting to get each other's hands down. We saw one person with their elbow up. It's the same thing what Bernie Mac said about when you hit a kid and you hit him from the back of your fist. Okay? Everybody have done it. Somebody on your back, what the first thing you do? You aiming upward. So Shannon Sharp, you can say whatever you want, bruh. All of America saw what happened. I'm gonna let this go on for a little bit more.
It's happened before. So for me, no, I do not think it was a dirty play. I think it was a play that LeBron should have been ejected. But all this grandstanding that Stewart was doing, LeBron James was standing closer than what you and I are today. That's how close LeBron was. If he wanted to take off, he could have took off. It wasn't until everybody tried to restrain him. Let me go, man. Let me go.
LeBron James better been glad that it was that many people holding Stewart back. And I look of Stewart. And look, it says right here, LeBron ejected after elbowing Pistons Isaiah Stewart in the face. Okay? So even the liberal media has to come to terms of what they saw. Okay? So the fact that pretty much proves what I just said. Because the liberal media said he elbowed Isaiah Stewart, and this clown said that LeBron back-fisted him. So that just proved what I just said. Okay? Isaiah Stewart was hit twice. You get that. He was hit twice. Let's continue.
Let me add it. Okay, I'm good, man. I'm good. Let me add him again. Bro, LeBron was standing right there in front of you. He turned to you and say, my bad. I didn't mean to do that, bro. My bad. He's standing face to face with Isaiah Stewart. If Isaiah Stewart really wanted to take off, he'd have took off on him. But
no. He had all his teammates holding him back. Okay? And look, you don't believe that. You don't believe that. That's why you look in the way you look. You don't believe that. If it was an ISO and the NBA were to cut that whole segment and let them box, let me tell you something. LeBron James would be on his helicopter because he would have ran. LeBron James would have ran. And let me tell you something. This ain't the first time LeBron James was called out for his cowardice. Okay, I believe a MMA fighter called out LeBron James for being a B word. Okay, so there's some things that people know about LeBron personally. Okay, and you got people like this guy trying to cover it up.
that's not what he wanted. He wanted to do all that fronting and pretending. And I get Skip the similarity. Different locations, same team. The Pistons. We know what happened in the Pistons. What was that? 2005, 2000, somewhere around four.
Yeah,
somewhere around that time.
Almost to the day. It's just 2 days after.
Yeah. So Skip, we get.
And Skip is like, look, dude, I done heard, I done been here, okay, with you and this LeBron James narrative, okay. He is a candle light that should have went out a long time ago. But people like you and people in this liberal media, y'all just dead set on reviving this man every time he has a female moment. Okay? Y'all are dead set on reviving this man.
Get all that. But for me, you can't automatically assume, Skip, if something egregious happens, that it was an intent. It was an intentional act that LeBron says, okay, I'm going to get your hands off me. I'm going to hit you in your face. That's what intent has to be. I don't believe in LeBron intentionally. It happened.
But you just said, you see what I'm saying, guys? You see what I'm saying? He just said when he grew up back in the day, right? That's what you would normally do. Oh, get your hands off me. Oh, there it is right here.
So it was this free throw line. They're jockeying for position. Isaiah Stewart has his, they're trying to fight for position. And we've all been in this. If you played sports, get your hands off me. And he didn't hit him with his elbow. He back fisted him. So it was.
Okay. Now you're saying this.
Quicker than the eye. I think above the shoulder.
So they didn't really need to look at the. Yeah, Skip, it was. I think what we're conflating the two. Skip, you look at the replay, you see.
You just detailed.
Like you wanted to get at somebody and you weren't trying to get at nobody.
Interesting. A quick look at it. It was under a minute and they threw him out with a flagrant 2. How can a flagrant 2 not be dirty?
Skip, here's the thing. Yeah, Skip, it was. I think what we're conflating the two. Skip, you look at the replay.
He can't get the damn words out. Well, which one is it? Is it from back in the day, from when you wanted to get somebody off of you, or was it now flagrant 2, eject out again? Shannon Sharp, I know that shit thing. I know you love you some LeBron, bro. But look, you got to cut them apron strings, bro. You got to cut them things, man. You too old. And LeBron too old. He don't want you. And according to his DMs, he only want white women anyway. Allegedly. Let's continue.
You see LeBron hit the man with his fist in the back. Okay, boom, you're gone. You didn't have to look at it because, as a matter of fact, Scott Foster said it was a hostile act even before he took it. Even before he looked at it, he said it was a hostile act. So they didn't really need to look at the replay because Scott Foster was looking right at it to begin with. That's how. Okay.
So that's what that is. Your liberal media, Shannon Sharp, #1 LeBron James fanboy or fan. All right, and we I'm gonna go over that in my music industry video. And yeah, he's a man fan. Just willing to just excuse LeBron James. But like I said, we're gonna well, maybe let's
continue on.
Okay, so I still don't get how that's not dirty, because it is dirty. It's flat out. The referees confirm quickly dirty play, unnecessary and excessive contact above the shoulder. That's called a dirty play.
Skip, okay, it's unnecessary. Okay. But if we're fighting in the scheme of things, Skip.
All right, so here's the problem. If somebody is jostling you, elbowing you in the chest, you fight low. You fight below the neckline. You push their arm away. Okay, LeBron James had a second to gather himself. He closed his fist. Did he not close his fist? This was not open-handed. If you're just trying to shove somebody, you do it with an open hand. He closed his fist.
Hold on, Skip. Hold on. I know you got a bias. Hold on, man. Hold on. Take a breath, man. We don't need you passing out. Hold on, man. Hold on, bro. I believe you.
And he looked at the man, looked at him right in the face.
No, he didn't.
And he led with his elbow. And I'm still convinced it's almost quicker than the eye. I think the elbow caught Isaiah above the eye first, because he led with his elbow and then continued on and got him with his forearm and the back of his fist across the face. And he also hit him in the mouth.
You see that? So it takes, but see, now it comes down to, look, Skip Bayless is going to always be the enemy of LeBron James rhetoric. All right. But as I just pretty much said, yes, Isaiah Stewart was hit twice. Okay. He was hit twice. Skip Bayless says so. And he's a lot older than Shannon Sharp. They both had biases. But it's very clear. The referee said, hey, Ron, yeah, you did that intentionally, bro. And, well, I'm gonna let Skip Bayless finish out.
Mouth. And it took 5 stitches to close the wound, and obviously it started to gush blood. And again,
Jesus, 5 to 6 stitches? Okay, so that's intention. When you draw blood on somebody, that's intention. And, for everybody that want to say, well, they want to put the onus on Stewart, let me tell you something. Let me punch you in your mouth and then tell you to be mature. Let me run up on you and punch you dead in your throat and just say, oh, you're supposed to be mature about this. Nah, man. Nah. Because, see, that's what's happening right now. You see, you got people you got very entitled people that they'll hit somebody, scream accident, then when it's time to put up, then they want to run away.
Again, I think Isaiah Stewart was so dumbfounded by just getting cold-cocked, cheap-shotted by LeBron James, the face of the league, who has no track record of anything dirty in his whole career, that he was stunned. He dropped to his knees for a second. He got up, and LeBron is approaching him like, hey, man, I didn't mean to. I don't know what he said.
That's what he said.
But Isaiah said something back to him, and then all of a sudden LeBron took exception, and that's when it should have gone down, right then and there.
Okay.
And I believe that Isaiah Stewart, who boxed competitively when he was in high school, would have gone as long as LeBron wanted to go. And
Exactly. And like I said, this is my first time even watching this. I don't even watch sports anymore, okay? And the funny thing was, I didn't even know that about Isaiah Stewart, that he boxed in high school. So yeah, yeah, I'm pretty sure if LeBron James should be praising God, they didn't let big ass Isaiah Stewart loose on him. Because let me tell you something, he'd probably retired this year.
And I believe that LeBron needed some kind of police protection to get to the bus because that young man who's all of 20 years of age wanted a big old piece of the face of the
Well, you just
league.
said it. He was right there. It should have gone down.
Okay,
so why didn't it?
Okay, he's
Because it's people like you. The reason why it didn't go down, because it's people like you that'll try to label Isaiah Stewart as what they call it now? What they call it? Masculine, toxic masculinity. Right? Wasn't that a phrase that was going around not too long ago in the NBA, where they were considering having female head coaches for these toxic masculine men? Right? Wasn't that a phrase?
He's dumbfounded. He's cold-cocked. He's blindsided, and he's shook because he got concussed, man. He got rocked. That was a shot to the face, and it was elbow, forearm shiver, and back of fist.
I think he caught him. I think he caught him with his back fist.
But
yeah, well, you know what? You need to clean your glasses, and I'm done with that one. We're gonna and like so many people had it. I'm gonna say my thing. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. We're going to go to Stephen A. Smith.
He didn't do anything to escalate it for watching.
We'll go to
Do you agree with the suspensions?
I do. I want to say this.
Do you agree with the suspensions?
I do. I want to say this first, though. I saw this a lot yesterday, the Malice in the Palace 2. I can remember watching the Malice in the Palace in my dorm room. I was watching this game live the other night. Two very different things.
Absolutely.
Two very different things. Let's not equate those.
And also, look at this. Look at this picture. You see how they try to make it, even then, they have to emasculate this young man, Isaiah Stewart, in this picture right here. Now, we know damn well Isaiah Stewart ain't that small. Now, whose body is that? But, of course, LeBron James got to be overpowering. Now, this body look like the body we saw. Let me see if they got something on here. Does that look like him? Does that look like him? Who is that? But see, that's the liberal media for you. Not only is this LeBron James able to do what he did, but now they still got to make it seem like he's still a little boy. That doesn't even look that look photoshopped. That's not his body. Let's continue.
I do. I want to say this first, though. I saw this a lot yesterday, the Malice in the Palace 2. I can remember watching the Malice in the Palace in my dorm room. I was watching this game live the other night. Two very different things.
Absolutely.
Two very different things. Let's not equate those two things. So first of all, LeBron instigated it 100%. He didn't do anything to escalate it afterwards. Isaiah Stewart, after initially being fairly reserved in his reaction, started to taste his own blood. And we all know what that's like. He went into a fit of rage. He escalated the situation. He probably did deserve more games than LeBron, but I think 2 games is fair.
Well, for me personally, I disagree. I thought it should have been more. I don't have a problem with it being 2 because I think the kid is a good kid and he's only 20 years of age and people make mistakes. And if you're looking at it through that lens, I have no issue with it. But the NBA is a business and you have folks that are patronizing your product. And the reality of the situation is that we all have to pay attention. We have to live in the real world and understand how the NBA is looking at it and what kind of detrimental effect they believe something like that being tolerated could potentially have on them. So I'm going to go into detail. We saw as LeBron clearly instigated it. He was wrong. And I have no problem if LeBron had gotten a couple of games. If he had gotten a couple of game suspension instead of just one, it wouldn't have bothered me in the slightest. I don't think that he intended for that to happen, meaning for the guy to be bleeding. And I think you saw instantly what his reaction is. Like, I really messed up. My bad, the whole bit.
Yeah. Stephen A., Mr. $7-8 million man a year. And like I said, and I only said that, and it is what it is. Whatever that man makes, that's his business. Whatever he does for his company, for First Take, ESPN, that's his business. But no, Stephen. No, Stephen. No. You mentioned in your beginning of this rant that we all need to come to grips of the world that the NBA is. Well, we know what world it is. We know what kind of world it is. You helped graft it. And the world of the NBA is that LeBron James can do no wrong. I believe LeBron James, this is a major tipping point in his life. I believe that LeBron James has always been emotionally unstable. All right. But with the help of people like you, Stephen A., the help with people like Shannon Sharp, Rachel Nichols, who is no longer with the ESPN, as far as I'm concerned, and even the commissioner himself. LeBron James has been allowed to pretty much do whatever he wants for the past 12, 13 years, and even land-based one of the NBA legends, Michael Jordan, in the midst of it, and even still, most likely encourage other NBA legends to land-based Michael Jordan. People like Scottie Pippen, who, never was nothing. I mean, he was a very good player from what I can remember. But let's face it. Let's face facts. Anyone that saw a decent Bulls game, they know Michael Jordan was running that team with the guidance of Phil Jackson. All right? And that triangle offense, that moving triangle offense. All right? We all know that. Well, let's continue.
So I think you saw LeBron doing that, and then we hear that he tried to reach out and call him thereafter. Neither here nor there. Isaiah Stewart had to be restrained. Can you count the amount of people he had to be restrained by? Can you count the amount of people?
About 7 or 8. It was about 7 or 8.
I think it was more than that, because you're talking about his teammates.
But did he
and
throw a punch?
Staff.
Did he throw a punch?
Well, you could know he did not.
He did.
You see that? He was so ready to lie. Let's rewind that a little bit.
No, he did not.
He did not leave the
Hold
court
on,
in time.
Well, you could know he did not.
Well, I mean, huh? What? Wait. What was the question? You're confusing me. You're being racist. Leave me alone. Because
you're talking about his teammates.
But did he
and
throw a punch?
Staff.
Did he throw a punch?
Well, you could know he did not.
He did.
You know what's funny about a lot of these liberal black men? Most likely have a lot of feminine energy with them. They must love chicken, because it seems though whenever they speak, they have like, it seems like they got a chicken bone stuck in their throat.
He did not leave the court in a timely manner.
Hold on, Jay. No.
But he didn't
Jay,
throw a punch.
No,
You're
Jay,
talking
stop.
about a product.
Jay, stop.
He did not throw a punch.
Stop, Jay. He didn't throw a punch.
Stop, Jay. Stop. You're making fun of you're messing with my money, man. You're messing with my money, man. We have a narrative to keep. LeBron James can do no wrong. He can do no wrong.
He ran over a few people.
He ran over assistant coaches and security guards.
Right.
It wasn't like he was running over guys from the Lakers.
No, the point is that Jay Williams tried to make that same point. No, what if an assistant coach, what if one of your own assistant coaches, who's probably in his 40s or 50s, what if they had gotten hurt?
So anyone with 2 eyeballs, and I'm not going to waste too much time on this. Like I said, I don't watch sports. I don't really care. But like I said, I wasn't going to spend too much time on this anyway. But I wanted you guys to see how much of a three-dimensional thinker you have to be when you're watching these sports, these entertainment shows, even Hollywood movies, okay? LeBron James, and like I said, I didn't watch that Space Jam 2 thing. I think it was a mockery of the first one. And for all you LeBron James fanboys out there, there's a reason why the first Space Jam was made. Okay? There's a reason why. Because see, at one point, Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, and Bugs Bunny was synonymous with fame and profit. And trust me, this was before Instagram. Because let me tell you something. If Instagram was out in the 90s, there wouldn't be a LeBron James. There wouldn't be a, hell, there wouldn't be anybody. Anybody that's famous now, they wouldn't be there. What's going on is that, and I did a video on manhood not too long ago. You could check my video log. And part of that, okay, I've always said emotional intelligence is a must. If you don't have emotional intelligence, all right, you're not going to make it in this world. Now, you got LeBron James, and look, and trust me, this is not over, okay? Because honestly, LeBron James broke skin with Isaiah Stewart. And he could go after him legally, or he could be the bigger man that everyone is suggesting him to be. But who knows? Like I said, I believe LeBron James is a very great athlete, or was. He was a very great athlete. But it's something about his personality, it's something about his mentality, and more so maybe his spirituality, that something is off keel. Okay? Something is off keel. Because see, we haven't seen anything like that since, as one of the commentators alluded to, the Rumble in the Palace with Ben Wallace and Ron Artest. Now, it wasn't exactly the Pistons and the Lakers, but Ron Artest, I believe, did play for the Lakers at one point. So who knows? Maybe this was some reenactment. Maybe this was some Masonic ritual or something. Who knows? But what I do know is this. Looking at this two-dimensionally, LeBron James, you were in the wrong. People that are watching this, if you hit someone like that, you should be expecting to fight. Okay? Throughout that whole clip, LeBron James left, probably ran to the bleachers. Because like I said before, this is not the first time LeBron James was called out on his cowardice. All right? But you know what? That's it. That's the tune-up show. I'm going to holler at you. Leave a comment. Do what you got to do. Peace. I'm out of here.